OECS Juvenile Justice Reform Project 2, funded by the United States Agency for International Development. For more information, log on to oecs.org/JJRP.
Power up in February at Horsford's Value Mart IGA. Yes! In February, we are giving you 3 ways to power up. 1. Power up for your Value Club points in February. Yes! For the first time ever, every Value Club customer will earn double points on all Value Club purchases at Value Mart in St. Kitts and Nevis. 2. Power up in our Power Play where lucky customers will win their purchase free. Just listen out for the Power Play alert, and if you are at the Mystery Power Register of the day, you win your purchase absolutely free with double points and more. 3. Power up your saving with the Horsford's Value Mart Red Tag Value Deal. Yes! Power up with the savings with huge discount on select Value Deals items. Power up your points. Power up your saving. Win your purchase free in our Power Play. Power up February at Horsford's Value Mart IGA. Don't miss it.
Terms and conditions apply.
You better.
Attention all drivers, I'm begging you to slow it down.
And that's what we're going to do right now. Slow it down to make sure you understand the information. Good morning to those of you listening and to those of you viewing this morning's show on the road. In the studio with me, Officer Libert Shiverton. As we get ready to start our program, I'm going to ask her. I know she does it every time she's here, but I think it's time that we make it official. So, can you please open our program with a prayer?
Thank you so much, GQ. Heavenly Father, we want to thank you. We want to thank you for another day, for this blessing just to be alive on the land of the living. Dear God, we went to sleep last night not knowing our situation this morning, and so we are eternally grateful to be here. I want to pray especially this morning, dear God, for those persons or those of us, dear God, who have our situations, those of us who are doubters, those of us who don't believe that God can make changes. I want us to change our perspective this morning. I want us to get on the right track and know that whatever our situation is this morning, our Lord, our God is able and willing to change our situations. Let us make today a day specifically known to say, thank you, Lord, for my situation, whatever it is. Because remember, He said in His word that our battles are not ours. He will fight our battles for us. And He has never given up on us. And He has never, ever given us any reason to doubt. And so let us therefore this morning, dear God, take us to our journeys, wherever it is that we are going to work, to play, just to relax, wherever we are going. Give us journeying mercies and help us as we go through today. We find the time to say, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Amen and amen.
Amen. Amen. We're now joined by Mr. Gilbert from Public Works. Good morning to you. You can fix the mic there too so that we can hear you properly and make yourself comfortable. See, that it's just you this morning. Normally we'll be sharing the mic.
Yes.
Can you, so we can hear you clearly. I know you're in high demand as it relates to the traffic as well. So both parties are in the right position at the right time. As I understand, we're going to open the line very shortly, but seeing that we have Mr. Gilbert here from the Public Department, I'll defer to Officer Donnelly.
Donnelly is fine.
Donnelly, you know
Donnelly
what I mean?
is fine.
Yeah. Pardon me, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Pardon me. So that you can direct us where we go to next.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning to the general public. I want to thank you guys for always tuning into our program. Our program would not be the same without you. And so we're always grateful for your concerns, your information, and whatever it is you have to share with us, we're always grateful. Our program is always very short. It's only half of an hour. And so
Sometimes extended.
Yeah. Thank you. And so we don't get a chance to get in. Everyone don't get a chance to call in. And so this morning we are going to take the opportunity to let persons call in and share their views. And in between, I would, put a little information here and there. But before we get to that, we would give Mr. Gilbert a chance to give us information that he has for us this morning.
Thank you very much, my colleague. How are you this morning?
I am fine, thank you. Thanks for asking. And yourself?
I'm all right too. I'm good.
Very good.
I realize you're a praying woman. That is good. That is good.
Yes, we go to the same church, and you know how we have a wonderful pastor.
Yes, we do. We do.
You can fix your mic, so because just you this morning, so you don't have. Yeah.
So you want to say good morning to him?
Yes. Good morning, Pastor Warner. Thank you very much for being the pastor that you are, and for helping me to get closer to God. Thank you so much.
Very good. Good morning to my colleague in the studio and to all in the radio land. A pleasant good morning to you. Mr. Pemberton, my colleague, should have been here, but he's not feeling too well this morning, so I'm sitting in for him and for myself too. Pertaining to the traffic, I think the major issue right now is the traffic signals, traffic lights. We are into the second phase of the traffic lights, and we are installing 7 traffic signals in 7 junctions in Bastille, additional junctions in Bastille. Now, somebody asked a question if traffic lights is on sale. That's why we are putting up so many. No, they are not on sale. And we didn't buy them on sale either. We bought them even before COVID. But after COVID, it's actually, they were here. They were just here sitting, waiting. I came to ZZ since last year, and I said that the material are here in St. Kitts, but the consultant cannot move because, they were all locked down. So we cannot move. They are here now. They're actually installing the poles. All of the poles are installed. The cabinets, most of them are installed. That's the mechanism where you go to the fine tuning. They are installed. The lights are on the poles, but they are covered with plastic at the moment. And what they are doing now, they are actually putting in the loops, the sensors on the ground. So they're cutting the road and they're fixing the sensors on the ground. Today and tomorrow, they will be doing the road works on Keon Street. The one at 4th Street got damaged. The one at Baker's Corner got damaged. As a result, they'll be putting in new cables in those areas there. So traffic users, road users, I'm asking you this morning to be mindful and to drive with due care and attention in those areas. Baker's Corner and also on the 4th Street junction, the 4th Street, Keon Street, Victoria Road junction right there. They'll be fixing the loops there. So we have all the poles are in place.
Bless you.
All the lights are in place, and what we are getting ready to do, we are putting the sensors in place now, and then we're going to get ready to do the fine-tuning and testing of the lighting. Now, the question being asked, why so many lights, especially on the Bay Road end? Now, on the Bay Road end, we didn't just go and put in lights because somebody told us to put in lights or because we feel like we need to put in a light because it's a junction. We actually did a survey. We actually got personnel to go out there and to pick up the traffic count in the area. Now we actually did interviews with Port Zante personnel. And what we realized since the new cruise pier was built, they anticipate 4 mega cruise ships at one time. And when those 4 mega cruise ships, they are actually thinking about moving over 1,000 persons from Port Zante into Bastille in less than a half an hour. To do that, to move those people in that short time there, it means that you have to have a way for them to get onto, let's say, the Bay Road to get out. So we had to put the lights there so at least we can time the light and give them some time to come out there. Because in reality, if you are driving on the Bear Road and you see 10 cars trying to get out of Port Zante, you will never let them out. So they will actually be there waiting for quite a while before they get out. And that's one of the ratings for the tourist industry, how fast people can get in and out, or in and around the place. So we actually have to accommodate them so that they can get in and out. So when you come out of Port Zante, we call it West. That's down by Social Security, KFC, Rams, that area there. You will come out that roundabout there, and you will go left. So you will go back down by College Street Gut, then you can go up the Gut, or you can continue up to the Cenotaph area. Now, if you come out at the next end, which is Port Zante East, which is by the Sands Complex, Port Zante, Horsford, Avis there, you come out and you go east. So I mean you go back up to the Bird Rock end. So you realize what we are trying to do, we are trying not to crowd the traffic into Bastille.
So in other words, plan your route when you leave it.
Yes. So what we are asking you to do is to, before you leave home then, you actually plan your route that, I mean, I want to go to Port Zante. So then you actually work out as to how you're going to get to Port Zante from where you live. And then you plan your route and you try to drive around or into Bastille. And not just driving and expect that anyway you could just dip in and dip out. You have to plan your route going forward. Now, so the lights will be, one will be at Wellington Road by Horsford Gas Station, by Miss Lack School there, in that junction there. The next one will be, the next new one will be at College Street Gut and Keon Street. Then you turn down the Gut there. There will be one by Social Security.
In the Gut?
In the Gut there. Social Security, the bridge, Coolies, right in that area there. And then you have one by Port Zante West, which is by KFC, the Chinese, Rams, right in that junction there. And then you have another one by Port Zante East, which is, I said before, Avis, the Sands, Port Zante. Then you have a next one by Alfredo, Sundown Road, Salt Bulk, right there. And you have the final one by Bird Rock intersection. Now, Bird Rock intersection now, next time I'm going to get you a drawing.
Okay.
At Bird Rock intersection, we will have a slip lane. When you're coming from the Bay Road and you're going to Central Bank, we'll have a slip lane so you can actually pick up that lane on your left, and then you come up onto Bird Rock Road, you give way to the traffic from your right, and you continue on that way. So you wouldn't be waiting on the lights.
Right.
If you're going to go to Bird Rock, then you have to come up more or less in the center, wait on the light. When you get the all clear, then you turn right to go into Bird Rock. Now, if you're coming from Bird Rock now, and I'm trying to take my time so people can actually feel me.
And digest what
and
you
digest
said.
what I'm saying. That's the word. That's the word. You're coming from Bird Rock, and you want to go into Bastille. So it means that you're coming and you're on your left side. You will have a slip road there, so you turn left onto the slip road, and then you go down into Bay Road and keep straight to get into town. So you will not be waiting on the light. If you're coming from Bird Rock and you're going to go to the roundabout or to the Central Bank end, then you have to wait on the light for the signal to continue along that road.
Okay.
So the Rams cash and carry will be a one-way in only.
Right.
So then we'll actually make provision for you to go into the Rams cash and carry.
Coming off of the main.
Coming off of the main, yes.
Which makes sense.
Okay? So there will be some interruptions, and as we go on, we will actually inform you, the general public, as to the light. Now, we plan to have the light commissioned by the end of the first quarter. So by the end of next month, we'll have the light commissioned. And I spoke to a good gentleman on Sunday. He told me he'll try to avoid Bastille. He'll try to drive around Bastille. But I want to assure him, have no fear. Drive through Bastille. Just look at the light. The light will show you exactly where to go.
He's
and
intimidated.
How to turn. Don't let it intimidate you. You are a young man. The light wouldn't intimidate you. You know who you are. I won't call your name.
Now, we're going to open the lines, right?
Yes.
Are you finished, sir?
For the road work, we are on the eastern side of the island. The Surrey paving is actually marking the roadway. And then they're going to put cat eyes in, which is the reflectors, so you can see the light illuminated in the night. Those of you who go to southeast, we see the illuminating lights in the night over there. Very, very lovely. So we're going to do the same thing in this part of the island. On the western side of the island now, water department is actually running their underground lines in Sandy Point.
Right.
And also the cables in Sandy Point too, should be in Sandy Point too, running their cables underground. What cable intend to do? They intend to put a whole ring main throughout the whole island, fiber optic cable. So they're actually taking the opportunity now and actually going through that corridor there, because that's the way we are going, fiber optic and underground cables. So in the event of hurricanes or anything, the infrastructure will not be damaged. So that's it for now. We'll wait for calls from the public.
All right, great. Now, before we take any call, I want to invite you to a program that we have here on the morning show, Monday morning at 9:30. It's called A Closer Look.
What day?
Monday morning.
Monday morning?
9:30?
9:30? Okay,
Yeah.
I'll make myself available.
And that way, it's not going to be a calling program. That way, you will have the opportunity to take your time and give the information.
Okay, no problem.
All right?
9:30 Monday.
9:30, man.
9:30 Monday. I'll take note of that. I'll
All
be
right.
here.
So, okay, great. We'll exchange
fine.
digits so that we can stay in touch, and I'll give you a
enough.
reminder. I know you're a busy man, so
Fair enough. I'll avail myself.
I won't say, okay, but I'm leave him alone, and then he ain't come and say his bye. See, he ain't come, he promised me. I'm not gonna do
9:30.
that.
I'll avail myself.
Good. Let's go to the phone line and take our first call for this morning. Line 1, you're live.
Hey, good morning. Good morning to the general public.
Yes, morning.
Yes, this Granny. Gilbert, good morning. You sound very nice and very, you're educating the people. There.
Thank you,
But,
Granny.
Yes, I have a little question here, right? Little sense of humor question. In College Street, got right with her with a answer, right? If they got running and they tell who coming from Central Street, right? No, Kean Street, that they must go. What the judge to the water? But anyway, don't study that there. That's a little stupid, a little smile on your face. Okay then. Donnelly, I don't know if you know about how much parking spots will not be available in Bastille, right? And even though Gilbert was saying that, to answer the gentleman, drive to town. No, I would love to them if they left the transportation home and utilize over the how much bus by 600 and something bus in St. Kitts, so at least we jobs them could stay alive. Are you free delights them and leave our chance them home? Donnelly, you said something last week and it kind of tickled me, right? We was talking about the lights and people driving at night time without the lights them. And you said that sometimes some people might drop in a hole and the lights they may work. Donnelly, remember Gilbert boy, and they done do the roads them and so on. Donnelly, mine. But nevertheless, right, I just want to let the general public know, yes, you see like how traffic is coming aboard cars. You have a lot of people have this nasty habit and saying that they don't listen radio. And GK just invite Gilbert again on the radio Monday. The general public out there, y'all please listen carefully because just now the lights are going to turn on. Right, so I can say, even driving without seatbelt, baby stand up in the middle of the seat, I can't say I don't listen radio. That's not be a lot of them excuses, Donnelly. And as you said last week, when a ticket is given, it is well given. Because you might see the person today, they commit offense, you left them, they commit it tomorrow. When you give them the after tomorrow, you ain't got to tell them how much time you don't see them. You don't know that how much time you don't see them. Y'all enjoy, y'all reside there, noise program again. Yeah, educate the people then.
Thank you very much, Granny.
Thank you.
Yes, go ahead. You wanted to say something?
No.
Oh, I see you raise your hand.
No, I just
Oh, okay.
recognize it.
In acknowledgement.
Yes. acknowledge.
Good morning. You're live.
Good morning, GQ.
Hey, morning, man.
And good morning to Donnelly, Shepperton Live out there. You can't remember GQ.
Good morning. Good morning.
And good morning to Mr. Gilbert.
Good morning, sir.
Well, now my little input to you. I do want to, when they was putting the lights them by the College Street area, by Morton, and between by Morton and, rough top there.
Yes, yes.
Now, you got coming down with the handrail and you're coming down off the sidewalk.
Yes.
You got two handrail one by Mountain side and one down by Miss Brown side. Because Miss Brown got she business place there.
All right.
Now, I realize that when the handrail move away, they want upper side, by Mountain side. And it's very dangerous for elderly people, especially people suffering with knee problem and all those things. Even me, because I got joint problem. And I got to help our lady across there because she could not get across. And if the handrail was there, she could have hold upon the handrail and get down and go catch the bus. You understand? And next thing again, and almost and next old lady broke she neck there. So you all do something about it. And you all trying your all best in the traffic department and whatsoever. You all trying your all endeavor best. And I believe people should go to the rules and stop the ignorant. But I want to look at that too, please. You all have a wonderful day. God bless.
All right. Thanks for your call. While Mr. Gilbert read that, I'll let him respond after this call. Good morning.
Good morning. Traffic Top?
Yes, it is.
All right. The new lights, eh? I think this plan for the lights them was from a long time. I mean, all these lights and so on. To me, and I keep saying it, it's a recipe for conjunction.
Really?
I'm saying I believe these lights are very close, too close to each other. You're going to be trouble. No. You know what? My new name for Basti is really the city of lights, you know. Yeah, I said that. Oh, this is PRO, by the way.
Oh, okay, man. Yes. Yes. I know you're always on the road.
Yeah, but you see, the thing about it is, they started bringing people to look at our traffic and stuff like that. What happened to the people here? We have people here no traffic more than all these people who come in. All these lights, when they got so close up to one another. You understand? They cater for these ships. But my thing is, no ship coming right now. So what can happen now that the ships are not coming? That is my question. That's all I have to say.
All right, man. I think that is for you, Mr. Gilbert. Any response? You could take it in the phone call first or the message first. Your choice.
Okay, I'll take the message first. There is a message on the computer which asks about the roundabout at Port Zante West. Port Zante West is the one by the Chinese, Rams, the museum, that intersection, the KFC. Yes, you are correct. What will happen is that you will be going in from the eastern end of that roundabout, not from the Chinese end, which will come out now. From the museum end, you will be going in, and you will be coming out at that very same end there. So the next end will more or less be a dead end. The next end of the roundabout will be a dead end. The one down by the Chinese section will be a dead end. So you'll be going in from the museum entrance, and you'll be coming out. That's where the light is. So when you come out of there, you will turn left. So you will go down the road, down by College Street, Cooley, the War Memorial, Senator, that direction you will go. And then now, when you come out at the upper end now, Port Zante East, you will go east, which is Bird Rock end, or go up to that side, Alfredo end, go up to that side of town. Onto the caller. The caller defined Basti as a city of lights. He spoke about the ships. He said that, there's no ships coming at the moment. But you remember when the study was done, the pier was under construction, so nobody anticipated COVID. So we actually designed for the new pier, and the new pier is there, and we expect COVID to go away very shortly, And then we expect the ships to be here shortly also. So we expect activity back on island. We expect the economy to boom once again and to be number one again in the Caribbean. And we expect the ships to come in their numbers and to have 4 mega ships in at one time. And then now we just can't go now. When the 4 ships are in, we now like headless chicken now. What are we going to do? Because we didn't expect them. We had COVID. We actually, the study was done before COVID, and the lights were bought before COVID.
Right.
And if there was no COVID, the lights would have been in a long time ago. So we did this with not with COVID in mind, but with the development of the Bastille.
So regardless.
Yeah. And no, the lights are close together. Yes, I am aware of that. Yes, I agree with you. But what we do is synchronize the lights so that at least they work in conjunction with the other. So at least you don't have that bottleneck in the traffic. And we want the public to work with us. That you can't just come and just stop and put off and pick up people and be there for long time and then causing the traffic to back up. That's one of the problems on Keon Street. I stood there on many occasions, and I look at the traffic, and I see that people actually stop, putting off people, pull up against another vehicle and talking, and then the light changing over and over, and the traffic just cannot move. Just cannot move because somebody's in this stop and actually holding up the traffic. So the traffic must move on, especially when they're in those junctions. And then our next famous one is going to come up. Why is it that the light, when the man is on, the light is green and the traffic is given the go-ahead? We are going to fix that in the very near future. The next question being asked, why is it that we don't have a local person doing this? I don't know of anybody in St. Kitts locally trained and have the software to actually deal with this at the moment. But what we have done, we have identified persons to be trained. We have actually got training for a person right now to actually man the lights. The young man we have, he used to work at IT department. Now we have taken him over to public work. What we are doing, we are planning to train others so that other local persons will be trained on the ground to actually take over the lighting system. So it's not all about outsiders. Our local people will actually take control just now.
I know you mentioned the program is a half no. The lines are going crazy. We've only received 3 calls so far. Calls, I should say, plural. Can we come back? Okay, she's not. They can't, but some could see you, but the people on the radio cannot hear you.
Yes, we'll wait until after the break.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We're going to take a break, get a word from our sponsors. Our 9 o'clock report is up next.
I will take the vaccine because building defenses against COVID-19 is a team effort, and we are all a key part of that defense.
I definitely will be taking the vaccine when it's my turn.
I will be taking the vaccine as it is an important tool in the fight against the pandemic.
It is important for me to vaccinate to ensure that if I do become infected with the disease, it can prevent hospitalization. In addition, it also helps with herd immunity.
I will take the vaccine to protect myself, my loved ones, my clients, my co-workers, my community.
St. Kitts and Nevis, why do we need to vaccinate? Kenisha? So we can jab COVID-19 away.
Today we're at the Newtown Health Center where we've had the official launch of the COVID-19 vaccination program. We are so pleased to have had quite a cross-section of individuals who were represented here today and taking the vaccine. We had members of the cabinet, we had persons from the medical fraternity, doctors and nurses alike, and we've had quite a number of other persons from the clergy, from immigration, from police, you name it, they were all here to take their first dose of the AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine. And so we all got our COVID-19 vaccination card to indicate that we would have taken our first dose of the vaccine. Once we come back in 10 weeks, we will have our second dose, and then once we got that second dose, then the cards would be stamped at the front with the Ministry of Health stamp, and that is to finalize that you did receive both doses of the COVID-19 vaccine. A reminder that the vaccine helps us to ensure that persons do not have severe illness or death. And so we're encouraging persons to step forward and take the vaccine. Get all the facts that you need to get. The Ministry of Health provides all of the information. The facts on the vaccine are on the covid19.gov.kn website. And so we're asking you and urging each and everyone to come out and get your vaccine. Look at the information, get all the information that you need, whatever makes you comfortable. But I can assure you that we have all taken it so far, and I'm feeling good. My arm is good. It was a vaccine, and so I'm excited about that. And so I'm looking forward to my second dose to say I'm completely vaccinated for COVID-19. And as the science continues to evolve, I'm sure we'll find more information and more benefits as to why you should take the COVID-19 vaccine. But for now, I know that since I've been vaccinated, I lower the risk of me getting severe illness or death from COVID-19. I also know that I'm protecting myself, my family, and my community. So I'm asking everyone, get the facts and then get the vax. Today was an example that it is safe, and we urge each and everyone, when it's your turn and your stage come around, to get vaccinated. As we progress, we will provide more information as to the next stage and who will be next. And so look out for that information from the Ministry of Health. We'll keep you informed, we'll keep you updated, we'll let you know how many persons have been vaccinated, and we'll let you know when it's your turn that you can make your appointment calling 311 or any of the health centers. So go ahead, get your vaccination.
Thanks to the nation's unified response, the spread of COVID-19 has been contained. St. Kitts and Nevis, therefore, announces the opening of their border on October 31st, 2020. The success of this strategy requires effort on everyone's part. Therefore, self-health management is an important step in this process. Self-health management refers to the measures people take to manage their own health. You and I should remember to wash hands often with soap and water, or use alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Avoid touching your eyes, mouth, and nose. Take your temperature morning and evening. Watch for symptoms. Persons with diabetes or hypertension are reminded to take your medication regularly as prescribed. If you have no symptoms, you may carry out your normal routine and boost your immune system. When you are outside, avoid public spaces and wear a mask at all times. If you develop symptoms, put on a mask and seek medical care. Do not take public transportation. Inform the doctor of your travel history, any contact with confirmed or suspected cases, your occupation, and whether anyone around you has similar symptoms. If you become ill, please rest at home. Wear a mask and isolate yourself from others in your household. If you share a bathroom, disinfect daily using 1 part bleach to 10 parts water. Everyone must work together to reduce the spread of the coronavirus when our border has been opened.
the coronavirus, remember to wash your hands thoroughly and frequently before and after preparing food, after using the toilet or changing a diaper for a baby, sick person, or the elderly, after blowing your nose, and after leaving large gatherings or moving away from persons who appear ill. Encourage others to wash their hands and also use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer of 60 to 70% solution. Stay away from events having large gatherings of people. You can expose yourself to more possible infections in large groups. Also, avoid sharing cutlery, cups, glassware, etc. with others. Viruses can linger on these items and may be transferred this way. Avoid shaking and holding hands, and hugging or keeping an infected person in close proximity. This is a message from the Ministry of Health and the National...
There are signs everywhere. Pay attention whether you're male or female. Visit your health center to get screened. It's a preliminary test to determine if you are exposed to the HIV virus, an STI, or tuberculosis. Some people who are HIV positive also have tuberculosis. But there's hope. Tuberculosis can be cured. And yes, you can live a full life with HIV. Talk to your doctor. Be responsible. Help stop the spread of TB, HIV. Encourage everyone to get tested.
If you're HIV positive or have an STI, having unprotected sex with multiple partners puts them in grave danger. You'll expose every partner and their present and future partners to HIV or another STI. Use a condom every time you have sex. You can live a productive life even if diagnosed with HIV. Remember, early detection is key to your survival. Be responsible, protect yourself and others. Help stop the spread of HIV and other STIs.
Thanks to the nation's unified response, the spread of COVID-19 has been contained. St. Kitts and Nevis, therefore, announces the opening of their border on October 31st, 2020. The success of this strategy requires effort on everyone's part. People from all walks of life must keep practicing social distancing. Maintain a separation of 6 feet or 2 meters indoors and 3 to 4 feet or 1 meter outdoors. If this isn't possible, masks must be properly worn. Businesses can provide hand sanitizer, conduct temperature checks, record customers' contact information, and manage crowds. Clean and sanitize high-touch areas regularly. Dividers or staggered seating can be used to maintain proper social distance. This protects workers and customers and prevents the spread of disease. We all have an individual and collective responsibility to avoid large social gatherings. These types of gatherings are deemed as super spreader events. Taking disease prevention seriously will enable a worry-free return to normal life.
Thanks to the nation's unified
10 minutes moving away from the hour. Welcome back to the program. Now, we're going to go back to the phone lines in just a bit, but you were addressing a number of issues before, and we got some messages as well. So I'm going to let you address those before we take back any more calls. And in the studio with me, by the way, we have Donnelly and Mr. Gilbert from Public Works Department. Donnelly is from the Traffic Department, just in case it might sound like I joined the two together at the same department. I know they're colleagues in church. They're colleagues in church. I know that. Good morning once again. Welcome back to people viewing.
Thank you.
I know people listening.
Yes.
So over to you, Gilbert.
Yes. Let me repeat something I said before. A Porzante West, which is in front of Rams Supermarket on the Bay Road, the Chinese, the KFC, the museum in that junction there. I try to list the places so people could get a clear understanding. We'll be using the eastern entrance the eastern end, which is the one closer to the museum. So we will not be using the one which we are using currently. That's the entrance by the Chinese. We will not be using that one. So we'll be going in from the one by the museum there to get to Port Zante. So when you're coming out of Port Zante, you will use that same one there. When you come out there, you will be allowed to go left only. Left mean going down by KFC, College Street God, Coolways, the bus terminal, Cenotaph, that direction. Now at the other end of Port Zante, which is the eastern end of Port Zante now, by Avis Car Rental, the Sands Complex. Now when you come out of that junction there, you will be going east, which means you'll be going up by Alfredo, Shell Bullock, Sundong Road, Bird Rock, that direction. The question was asked about the little slip road or the little road between the sands to take you up to the courthouse. Yes, the light will give you permission to go to that area there, so you can go up that street still. That street will be a live street still, one way or up only, which is the same thing as now.
Okay. All right. So, anything to add, Donnelly, or you okay?
No, I'm okay.
All right. So let's go back to the phone lines. Good morning, you're live.
Hey, good morning. One big morning for everybody.
Morning, good morning.
Time consuming.
Morning, neighbor.
Yes, right. Let me say something here. This program here is so very important. It's informative, educational, and enlightening for half an hour. Please, I would like it to be extended. Now, Little St. Thomas, Virgin Island. On the waterfront, you have 13 traffic lights in a space of 1.25 miles. So we cannot have too much traffic light in St. Kitts. The more lights we have, it's better for people to see where they're going and where they should be going. The last thing, Officer Lightbud, Monday I was in town with a partner. Well, I can't go in the bank because of my wheel them. And while I'm there waiting in the car on West Square Street, a vehicle come from Bank Street from west going east, and he went across on South Square Street. And I thought they were having Juve with the noise in town. Well, town full of police. I want to know if none of them in town see that and hear that. Because that is a law on the books, Noise Abatement Act. And I ain't going to hush until they stop it. These people are lawbreakers and they don't care. So something must be done with them and the noise. Thank you for time. Have a good day, everybody.
All right.
Thank you.
Any response before we take our next call?
Yes, thank you, caller, for that information. And we would have spoken about the noisy vehicles over and over. And I cannot say from my standpoint that the officer did not do anything about that noise. It could have been that the officer would have taken the number of the vehicle and would have done something. And so I would not be able to, at this point, say nothing was done about that noisy vehicle.
All right, let's take another call. Good morning, you're live.
Hi, good morning. I don't know if the question was asked before, but in relation to the exit from Port Zante, we are aware now that there are persons appointed by Port Zante to stop you from driving around. Are those areas going to be open?
I am not too sure. I can investigate, and when I return here, I will tell you. I'll investigate.
Okay, because that would be an issue, because if I want to go to Bird Rock side and I'm coming out from Rams parking lot, it means that I'll have to go all the way around to the Cenotaph or turn up one of those other roads
College
to
Street.
come back.
Okay, let me investigate that for you.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, and he's going to be back on Monday morning at
9:30
for a closer look. Good morning, you're live.
Hey, good morning.
Yes, morning.
Yeah, Mr. Gilbert.
Good morning.
Sir. And good morning to Officer Donnelly.
Good morning, sir.
And by the way, we are all the same church members.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
So you excluded me. No good morning for me? I'm jealous now.
Yeah, Mr. Gilbert.
Good morning.
I sent you a WhatsApp a short while ago with some information which I had also shared earlier with Mr. Cromwell Williams, and which I had also shared, I think, with Officer Donnelly as well, regarding the issue of the pedestrian countdown timers. So I would like you to take a good look at it so that at least some consideration could be given to my suggestions in that regard. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, let's take another call. Good morning, good life.
Good morning.
Yes, morning.
Yeah, I have an issue. I was driving across Newtown there by Tuber Place, and I see people moving this sign. They say no right turn, and people say take this sign and turn it the other way. So I asked the police if they must follow that or follow the old one. Like, you know, the no entry. They turn it the other way and they turn the no right turn there. So it's a confusion down there. So, I mean, if you have to weld them so people can screw out them thing and turn them how they want. Because two police was there, and I said, listen, we must do follow that and go straight up on George and Pan Road. I said, you know what happened? I'm going to make the old left because I know it's illegal to go straight up. But the sign said no entry, going left, and the other way. So I don't know what's going on. If you have to get somebody to weld them instead of people moving them, that'd be good. That's the only issue I got.
You go ahead.
Yes, I would address that. Caller number 7, I want to address that information you just brought to us. What happened is that area, that box sign, if we're on the same wavelength, that box sign you're speaking of is only placed there during school time, just to accommodate the convent school, the ECC school right there. Mm-hmm. It is not a sign that is there all of the time. And so once you're coming from, let's say, Stainford Street, or coming off of Keon Street, coming down onto George Street, you're supposed to make a left as opposed to a right. Now, some persons are malicious, we know, when it comes to sign. They would put the sign in the area, move the sign from where the police have it, put it how they want, or they would turn the sign around. In your case, they would have turned the sign from saying no right turn and flip it to however they want to. But that sign is only placed there during the school hours. So it's not a sign that we can permanently place in the street because it is not there all of the time. If we're on the same page.
Mm-hmm. Which makes sense. Good morning, your life.
Good morning. Good morning to you, sir. How are you today?
Hey, I'm doing okay, thanks.
Good. Good morning to everyone in the studio. I haven't got a radio, so I don't know who they are, however. But I want to start downtown about a few things I need to see based on my observation. Where Rams parking is now, before was somewhat difficult. Now there are more traffic lights. Could be reversing on the main road. I do not know if any adjustment are going to be done about that. Up to Boardwalk Road. That is the road going east and west towards the port and from the fisheries of Sealer Christopher Street. I would hope after now installing traffic lights, the exit of Rams Cash and Carry would be changed based on them having to come out of a junction on the main road. Now there are traffic lights. Earlmont, if you come from where Keynes, Mr. Clive Keynes have his technical shop, coming down the road there's a junction where I have a 3 triangular dimension coming up from Hobson's Enterprise and coming from the upper part boardwalk. There's only one stop sign coming up from Hobson Enterprise. If I am coming from Earlmont to go right, somebody is coming from boardwalk to go left. Both of us initially would want to turn at the same time. It is to traffic you must give to your right. Both of us could turn and have a collision. I don't know if it seems rather sensible for me to say there is a stop sign should be coming from Earlmont, which of course giving the person the right to come from Boardwalk to go left down the road towards Hobson Enterprise instead of having to turn at the same time. One could initially do that at the same time. These are things I need to see. And I am hoping that the center lane is done soon enough so that when the traffic light is in operation at Boardwalk Road, there is no traffic congestion. I don't have a radio. These are the things somebody may have said already, but I do excuse me for that. And do have a pleasant day and get home safe on the road.
Thank you very much.
All right, man. Donnelly, I think that, and Boardwalk more relates to you in terms of traffic, in terms of traffic signs.
Yes. Thank you, caller, for that information. It is an area that we have to look at. I am not familiar with what you're speaking about, but it's an area where we can go and have a look and see what would best fit in that area.
Any response from you?
Yes. For the Rams cash and carry will be going in only. So you can only go into Rams cash and carry from Birdrock in.
Right. Okay, let's go back to the phone line. Good morning, you live.
Very blessed morning to you, GQ, and your panelists.
Yes, morning.
As well as all your listeners everywhere. My issues will be addressed specifically to Mr. Gilbert.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I would like to find out if it is possible for the folks who are paving the road, if there are times, there are certain areas that are a bit rough on the edges, if they can do more patching up or covering up of the edges of some of the roadways, so that, in the event that someone has to pull off the road or you accidentally pulling off the road, everything remains smooth as opposed to you having to roll over into a ditch. Another question is, are there any long-term plans to do the community roads, most of the village roads that have remained unpaved since creation, and also to do drainage, in other words, to cut drains on the sides of those roads, so that when it rains, when we have heavy rains, the silt and all the debris, the gravels and stones that come onto the main road will not come onto the main road to have any serious impact or effect on the main road itself, because you will have proper drainage in place. And the last thing is, I would like to appeal to you, sir, to ask the Public Works to patch the holes on the western side in the areas that have not yet been resurfaced until they are ready to do the resurfacing. Thank you very much, and do have a blessed day.
Thank you very much, sir.
Any response from you, sir, before we take the next call?
Go ahead, this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, caller. You asked a few questions and share a few concerns, which I will attempt to address. On the road edges, yes, I agree with you that they need to be smooth, so when you pull off, at least you have a fairly relatively good surface to pull off on. You asked about plans to pave existing community roads, village roads, which have been there from time memorial and hasn't been paved. Yes, that's what we are doing now. There's a project to do the Island Main Road. So those other roads will come under the normal day-to-day and capital projects with government. So what we will do, we have what happened is that we have a budget. Government allocate X amount for road works then. And what we have to do, we have to divide that money and for the year and decide to do maintenance and to fix road here, fix one there, and prioritize here and there. And there are times when we have, let's say, like a storm. Some roads get badly damaged. We have to actually take that same money and try to fix those roads. So it's stretched. But we are trying, and what people tend to do is to call Public Works Department 467-1122 and lodge your complaint to say we have a hole, a pothole, or the road is in bad condition, bad shape, and then we will go and look at it, make an examination, do an estimate for it, and then we might decide that might be a capital project. We cannot do it this year. We have to put it in the budget for next year, which is 2022. These are the things we do as we go along. My next question you asked about the drainage with the silt. You realize that what is happening is that they are building a number of developments off the Island Main Road, and all the water from those upper areas come down onto the Island Main Road. And there are times when the developer, which might be NHC, which might be the government too, they have to put the roads in place. So all the silt and debris come down onto the island main road. So we have to go, especially after a storm, we have to go and clean all over the island, trying to get the debris and sand off the island main road. What can be done is to pave those roads there. But as I said, those again are capital projects. Those are major projects. So we have to actually do an estimate for them, present them to the cabinet. They will make a determination. Somebody above will make a determination as how much to give public works for roads. And then now we go and prioritize to say, well, let's do this one this year. Let's do that one this year. Let's do a piece of that next year. And we have to prioritize and try to do as many as possible with the resources available to us. You asked about patching of holes on the western side, where I think it's water department dug these holes when they are doing their pipe work, and apparently the paving behind is not fast enough. I think what is happening is that, with all fairness, I'm going to be fair to everybody concerned. Normally what will happen is that water department will go and actually do their work. Public works will come after. Sorry. Public works will come after and actually patch the holes. But then if public works go now and patch the hole today, the main contractor going to come in the next 2 weeks and actually take out that patch and actually put in a new layer on the road surface. So look at the resources we have expended there. Whereas the same thing you asked, that resource could have been better spent somewhere else. So we have to kind of give and take. What I would recommend at this stage that be done is that we actually just put some dirt in it for now and actually compact it and leave it there until the main contractor come behind to actually remove all of that and pave the whole road.
Okay.
So we will try to get that done as fast as possible.
I'm going to take these last two calls that are calling right now, and then we're going to wrap up the program. Good morning, you're live.
Good morning. I am a senior citizen, and I want to congratulate all of your panel people.
Thank you.
This is a beautiful program and very informative.
Thank you.
Now, there are two questions I would like, if possible, if they could help me. Cable TV and telephone company have no boxes in the wall that you could throw your bill in. I have a problem. When I come to town, of course, I'm a citizen, I have a walking stick. It's hard for me to walk out the park and everything. So I pull up on the side of the street, on the sidewalk, which I know is wrong. And I beg somebody to just put it in the box for me, and I drive off. I don't want to get a ticket for that. But by the telephone company, I'm very helpful, normally, where I get a security guard to just pick up my bill for me from the car. Of course, I don't stay in the road. I park on the side next to them. But those are two issues maybe that if you all to try and instill in them how important things like that are. Because it's not only me, I'm sure, that would find it more convenient to put your check in that way. And continue your good work, please. And that lady, police lady, she's a wonderful woman.
Yes.
I admire and I love her.
Yes.
I admire and I love her strength.
Thank you so much.
You keep that up, eh?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
I know I've been warned many times by you, but I don't mind because you warned me for my own good.
Yes.
So you keep it up. Look after me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Love you all.
Okay, love you too.
Oh, man. All right. I'm going to let you respond to her, but let's take a final call. Yes. All right, so that's it for this morning. You can respond.
With the cable and the phone, about a box so that she can throw her bills in. Apparently other people have the same concern. I have a relationship with the cable and with the flow. When I say a relationship, because of the road project, we have meetings, every fortnight meetings. And this week, Thursday, we'll be having a meeting is Zoom, so I don't even see the guys in my office anymore. We have the Zoom meetings, so they will be on, so I can actually tell them about it. I will tell them about what the caller said and see what they can get going for. Okay, I will raise it with them.
Okay.
These are the technical guys, so they will actually
they'll be more
do
appropriate to
something.
answer.
That is correct. So I will do that for her. That much.
All right. So, Mr. Gilbert, seeing that you're on the mic, I'm going to ask you to wrap up.
Okay, thank you very much. As I said earlier, that the light specialists, they are working on 4th Street and at Baker's Corner, they're actually putting in the new sensors underground. The sensors got damaged during the road work. So I want you to be mindful that they are there and to bear with them. We haven't had any accident or incident since they started installing the light. Thank God for that. And I want you to continue that way. Be safe. Drive safely on the road, and as the time goes by, we will come back to you and actually give you more information of where we are, what we are doing, and keep you informed. Thank you very much.
See you on Monday morning.
See you on Monday.
9:30.
9:30.
Yes. I want to thank the general public for their intervention. Thank them for calling in. It was a wonderful program, Mr. Gilbert. We want to thank you for coming in and informing the general public on the behalf of the Licensing Authority. And we want to encourage persons to continue to stay safe and be mindful of the offences and do not be a lawbreaker. Have a great week.
Attention all drivers, I'm begging you to slow it down, slow it down, slow it down, down. Hey. Too many stunt drivers on the road, man. With the fire day, driver, what's your emergency? It's better late than never, so why all the hurry? Speeding is the main cause of plenty mishaps. The road is now a racetrack, threatening life and property, and all the result of that led to death and injury. Inconsiderate driving, this nonsense need to stop.
The specials at Domino's are hot, hot, hot for any occasion. Hot, hot, hot out of the oven is our mix.